All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our first session of Just Meditate. Hello, Les. Hello, Kata. Good to see you. Good thing some people joined in the first session. That was good to see. I saw some more followers on the website as well. So maybe they will join in later. Anyway, first session, Just Meditate. Let me first introduce myself for those that haven't seen the introduction. Seb is my name, and I'm the founder of the Transformational Meditation Group. And I have been meditating for well over 20 years. I have also been, I said, well, let me start another way. I've been meditating for over 20 years and I'm teaching meditation for over 7 years. My background is in the medical field. I studied the medical use of all kinds of radiation, and I've been working at the hospital treating and diagnosing patients with radiation for a big part of my life. And during that study and during my work, I noticed several things. First and foremost, the whole thing when it comes to radiation introduces me to quantum physics, physics in general, actually doing things with stuff you can't see, you can't taste, you can't feel initially, but still have an effect on us, on our reality, on our life, on our health. Um, in addition, the way I noticed my patients reacted to treatments and how they reacted to treatment totally depended on how how their state of being was. So I asked my psychology professor the link between our state of being, our moods, our perspective on life, how much influence has this on our health? And he said, well, quite a lot. And he said to me, well, a great way to change your state of being, change your perspectives on life is doing meditation. So that's why I started for well over 20 years ago during my studies to study meditation, studied yoga, studied all sorts of types of meditation, and eventually ended up um, combining techniques together in something called transformational meditation. Online, welcome to you as well. Good to have you here. Awesome. Welcome to our first session of Just Meditate. I was just explaining about who I am, my background in the medical field, and how I started with meditation. So I studied meditation during my study for my radiation and medical use of radiation studies, and I noticed how the state of being of my patients affected their outcome of their treatment and their diagnosis as well. So started studying meditation, ended up with combining different techniques into something called transformational meditation. There are a few teachers in the world that do this. I only actually know of one in the US. Other than that, I haven't heard so much about the term transformational meditation, but it is meditation techniques and also mostly self-regulating techniques. Those two go together to change people's lives, to change people's state of being, transform their lives, and eventually you get into manifestation as well. This is all pretty fancy, it goes pretty deep. We're not going to focus on that with this series. I wanted to start Just Meditate, especially on Fireside, to teach people the very basics of meditation. I chose Fireside because it is a participatory medium. It's a participatory network, which means that I will ask you to be more active than what you would do on other platforms. So I want you to participate. So just to get started, let us get acquainted with the basics of Fireside, maybe, so you can know how it is and how it feels to participate. So above your names, you see all sorts of icons. I see above Bonline, for example, a hand waving. I have a camera above my head. There's a wait bot here which plays music when I'm not talking, and Les and Katta have a waving hand as well. So if you choose that, I don't know how it works for you, but you have a button as well that says react. And if you choose that button react and let's say do a thumbs up, for example, when you choose a thumbs up, you can below add a message, and that's the way to chat. So I'm typing hey now and I'm going to send that. And as you send that, a chat log will pop up and you will see messages coming up. And I see some other people also typing in. One line gives me 4 thumbs up. So that's the way you can send a text message or a reaction. So that's a nice way. So, yay, more thumbs up. Very good. So let's start by typing a message. I want you to do the same thing again. And type a message and type in why you want to learn to meditate. Or maybe you already know how to meditate. You can type, I already know how to meditate and I'm using it for something. So if you want to, you can try that. And I will see a little icon coming up. Cat's also giving up a thumbs up. So to type a text, you go to React, choose some icon you want to do, some emoji, and then below you see type a message. And then you can type a message in and send that along. So try it out if you want to. And while you try this, if you don't succeed, do a thumbs down. Oh, there it comes, some messages there. Smileys and everything. Okay. So maybe we don't really know why we should meditate or why you want to learn to meditate. Or maybe you don't want to share. That's okay too. Thumbs down, Les doesn't know how to type. So the react button, and then it says down in the window, pick a reaction. And if you pick a reaction, I'm going to do a fire now. And if once you click on a reaction, you could add a message. And I started meditation. I use meditation to change my state of being. Well, maybe not everybody can type. I'm not sure. I can find that out. This is my first time as well on Fireside using this. Another way to participate is by asking me to join, to let you join. That's another way of doing it. So there's a button there next to my profile icon, I guess, that says ask to participate or something like that. And if you click on that, I get a message and I can get you into the chat. And you can choose yourself. By default, you will have your microphone unmuted. Or maybe you have to do that manually. We will see in a later stage. I don't think you want to talk to me right now. But that's another way to communicate. And if the group grows a little bigger, we get more acquainted with each other, we might want to share this way some experiences with meditation or right after a session. And we can talk about it, we can discuss. There's also an option to turn your camera on and then you see both me and yourself. And we can have, I think, several people. I think everybody can turn their camera on at the end as well. And we can talk more live. So the whole thing with Fireside is that it's kind of creating a social, cozy get together with a little group of people in order for us to learn how to meditate. Okay. So that's a little bit how Fireside works. So we get the hang of it afterwards. All right. So, meditation, let's talk about that for those that want to learn how to meditate. And a funny story is if you want to start meditating, stop trying to meditate. There's an anecdote there of a scientist a couple of years ago, or a couple of years ago, I guess many years ago now. He was studying meditation back in a time when meditation was not cool. It was like very weird for the Western world. It wasn't really believed in as well that it had some effect on you. And the scientists studied meditation to see what it actually does to our brainwaves, because the hypothesis was that if we get into a meditative state, this would be recognized by certain brainwave patterns, and we know them today as alpha, beta, theta, gamma waves, a delta as well. I'm forgetting something. So those brainwave states, actually, it's just different frequency rates of your brainwaves. It's getting slower and slower and slower the deeper you go into meditation. That can be measured with electrodes on our head. So that scientist was trying to get into a meditative state with all the techniques he had read about, and he was measuring his brainwaves at the same time. But he was trying so hard to meditate that it actually he responded in a stress reaction. So his brain waves were never going down to alpha, which is like one step slower than an awaking state, which is beta. So he was trying so hard, so hard. I think for several days, over and over again, nothing. Sometimes it got worse. This is not working. So he decided to give up. And the moment he said to himself, I don't take it anymore, I give up, the moment he did that, he went into brainwave states of alpha, brainwaves of alpha. Then he noticed he was in meditation. So, one of the beginner's mistakes when you start meditating is actually asking yourself, am I meditating now? Is this it? Am I doing it right? Etc. So, if you start to ask yourself questions, for example, how long will it take? That's also one. You are not in a meditative state. How will you notice when you're in a meditative state? Well, the deeper you go, the more you lose track of time, the more you lose track of your body. People that are in a very deep meditative state don't notice their body anymore, and they notice their body, they are aware of they have the body, but when they try to lift their arm, for example, it won't budge. So that means your body is asleep while you're fully awake consciously. That is one of the deepest states of meditation. We are not going to get there right away. That will happen all by itself once in a while, once you get to know meditation and actually do longer meditations, because it takes some time to get really, really deep. Unless you do hypnosis, then someone that guides you can get you in a deeper state of meditation right away. Um, yeah, so one of the things you have to notice is actually give up. Don't try to meditate. Meditate is a state of being. My teacher told me that meditation is a scientific way to change your state of being. And why did he call it scientific? That is because you can repeat, you can do the things, you can get into a meditative state in the same way over and over again and get the same results, or more or less the same results. Because some days there are thoughts in your mind, you are busy with something in your mind that will not go away, and your meditation will, well, not fail, but will not be so successful or as good as you would like it to be. Everybody has those days. Everybody has days where you are worried about something, or something happened a moment ago, and it still sticks inside of you, it still is with you, and you're thinking about it and you can't get it away. And that's totally fine. So if you have those situations, you have those days, just relax. Tomorrow, the day after, it will be better. So we all have, like I call it, shitty meditations now and then. Me too. That's just the way life is. I mean, we can't hide from life or escape from life. We all are humans. We have our reactions to certain things. So that's pretty normal. The deal is just to practice every day. Do the steps and practice every day. Just want to start now by doing a very simple meditation practice that just uses your breath as a focus point. The breath is a very nice way to keep focus, to keep track of your breath is a fantastic way to keep focus. And what will happen when you track your breath, when you notice your breath going in and out, when you focus on that, you will notice thoughts coming up, feelings coming up. They always go together, thoughts and feelings. And that's also normal. Don't think that meditation is shutting your brain down, not having any thoughts, not having any feelings anymore. That's not true. What will happen is that when you have your eyes closed, you focus on your breath, your mind always searches for new things, new connections, um, and that causes thoughts. People debating long and hard where thoughts come from, but we can discuss about it, but they are there nevertheless. Some teachers call it monkey brain, monkey chatter, and that's normal. The trick is to be a spectator of those thoughts. So you are breathing, you are following your breath. Oops, there comes a thought. And instead of engaging with that thought and go all the way with it and go from thought to feeling, from to new thoughts to new feelings, and all of a sudden you are daydreaming or you are busy with your assignments for tomorrow, or you're thinking about your cat and your dog that has to be fed, all of a sudden, don't react to that. See them as they are. They are thoughts. And a little bit later, maybe next week, we're going to do some tricks to handle those thoughts as well. How can you not get rid of your thoughts, but how can you let them go by in a nice manner without getting engaged with them? So once you do that, that's the practice of mindfulness. So you're focusing on something, in this case your breath, and your thoughts come and go, come and go. And every time you notice you're hanging on to a thought, I would say that's a bonus point, because when you notice that you're hanging on to a thought, that you're going to engage with a thought, I would say you have a bonus point for good practice, because then you get the chance to get back to your breath again. And the moment you get back to your breath, that thought is gone and another one will come. And what happens then is the same process again. Oh, a thought. You can let it go right away. Sometimes you feel you get engaged with it. Notice that, back to your breath, over and over again. After a while, you also notice or become more aware of the type of thoughts. Are you thinking about the same thing or the same theme all the time? And then you get to know yourself. You get to know yourself better. And that's also how meditation is explained. Meditation means getting to know yourself. So you get thoughts, certain themes of thoughts, and nothing is wrong here. That's how life is. That's how we work. So we're exploring and noticing, oh yeah, I've always thoughts about my work. And that might give you an indication that maybe you want to turn work down for a little bit. Don't be so engaged with work anymore. So there are all kinds of discoveries that will happen when you start a meditation practice. So I would say let's just do a short practice. Danny, good to see you too. We're just starting a short practice here, so good you jumped on board right now. Everybody find a comfortable position and make sure you have good enough support. Well, right now the support isn't that serious because you are pretty much awake during this session. You will not relax so much that you fall asleep. But just find a good position that you feel support and can relax your muscles quite a bit. I always just move my shoulders, move my body, just getting and settled down. Also, if you do this for yourself, if you're going to practice the coming days, Groovy, good to have you here too. If you're going to practice for a couple of days, set a time limit. Set a little alarm clock. Start with 5 minutes and then try to get up to 10, for example. And leave it at that for the first week or the first 2 weeks. It's more than enough. It's more to get used to breathing and getting used to getting thoughts all the time and what to do with it. It's same as riding a bike, basically. You have to practice little by little, and you get better at it until you nailed it after a while. So set a time limit if you do it yourself. I will guide you through this session, so I will be your timer this time. Again, find a good position, and if you're ready, you can close your eyes. And we do that just by, we do closing our eyes just to let a good portion of the world fade away for us. Otherwise, we will get triggered by things we see. Okay? So close your eyes and sense your body. So notice the weight of your body on the cushion or chair. Just sense your body. Having your eyes closed, sensing your body. And then notice your breath. Focus on your breath. And it helps when you focus on your breath at a point in your body where you feel your breath the most. So find out where you feel your breath the most. Maybe you feel your breath the most in your nose, the back of your throat, or maybe you feel your breath the most in your chest or your tummy. So notice where you feel your breath the most. And focus on that point where you feel your breath the most. Don't think too much about everything. Don't think too much about, oh, where do I feel my breath the most? Just relax and notice that if your nose, your nostrils is the place, just stick with that. Don't start to worry about, is it really my nostrils? Then you're not meditating. So just go with the flow. If you notice your nostrils is the place where you feel your breath the most, focus on that. If you feel your tummy is where you feel your breath the most, just focus on that. And now become more aware of the feeling of breathing through that point where you feel your breath the most. Maybe you notice colder air flowing in and warmer air flowing out. So sense the sensation, feel the sensation of your breath going in and out through that point where you feel your breath the most. And now try to follow your breath. Focus on your breath, try to follow your breath. And again, don't stress too much about it. Relax into that situation. Just be curious. Feel your breath going in and out. Do you notice the pause between breaths, between your in and out breath? So become truly present in this moment with your breath. I'm going to be quiet for a minute or so, and then just notice what happens. So keep following your breath. I'll be quiet for a minute, and then notice what happens. Very good. So maybe you notice now that your mind has wandered off, then just get back to your breath again. In any case, you have to be kind to your mind. That's a rule in meditation. Be kind to your mind. Be kind to your wandering mind. So you don't have to judge yourself or get obsessed over the content of the thoughts you had or that you got lost in your thoughts. Just get back to your breath. So, final step, and you can do that at the start as well, is try to breathe a little slower and a little deeper than usual. Maybe you're already breathing slower and deeper. Try a 5-second inhale, 5-second exhale, or whatever feels comfortable for you, but make it slower and deeper than usual. If you notice your belly going in and out, then you have a good, nice, calm, deep breaths. Oh, amazing, very good. Now we go slowly going to get back out of meditation, and we always do that with a sense of kindness, a feeling of kindness. Even if you think your meditation didn't go well, you found it difficult, you have done an act of kindness for yourself and your body. I will explain more about that in upcoming sessions, what meditation actually does to your body, to your nervous system, to your physiology, to your health, to your immune system. So whatever you've done right now, just sitting down and breathing slower and deeper than usual already is an act of kindness to towards yourself, towards your body. So you can be proud of yourself for taking a few minutes of your time, a few minutes of your day to be kind to your mind and kind to your body. So let's get slowly back, and we do that by noticing the room you are in. Get a sense of the room you are in. Breathing normally again, just like you would do in everyday life. Notice any sounds in the room you are in. Becoming more aware of the world around you. Maybe you want to move slowly back and forth with your body. Wiggle with your fingers and toes. And when you are ready, open your eyes. And that's it. Congratulations. You did your first meditation, or maybe you started trying again after a long time. That's basically how easy it is. And I say easy because just follow the steps. And you can adjust it if you want to. We did a long version. This took longer than 5 minutes. But if you start with 5 minutes, close your eyes, find a good position, start breathing, start focusing on your breath, especially noticing where in your body you feel your breath the most, because that becomes your anchor point. And start breathing through that point, start noticing how it feels. That's all. That's basically the steps. And then just go with the flow. What happens then? Thoughts will come up, feelings will come up. All right. Try to be the spectator, the observer. Don't engage with it. And every time you notice that your thoughts coming up and you start to engage with them, you can say to yourself, well done that I noticed it. Get back to your breath again. And just do that for 5 minutes to start with every day. Personally, I always say in the morning. And if you want to do it twice a day, morning and evening. But actually, you can do it whenever it feels right for you. But that's just my recommendation. But at least that you do this every day. That's a good practice. And don't worry about if it's difficult. Don't worry about too many thoughts coming up. Don't worry about losing your focus all the time. Just do it, because just like with riding a bicycle, you will get very good at it no matter what. For some people, it takes a little while. For other people, they can do it straight away. It's not a competition. This is just being kind to your mind, to your body, to yourself. And people ask me, why are you doing this for free as well? Because I think this kind of meditation should be taught at schools at the bare minimum. So that's why I do this for free. and teach people how to meditate and do the rougher stuff, the deeper stuff for payment, like my upcoming workshop called Transformation the Hawaiian Way, where we use self-regulating and meditation techniques to transform your life, your perspective on life. And you can read more about it on my website, tmg.community. If you see on Fireside, because I have a special treat for those that are joining now, you see a fortune cookie there with some text scrolling by. You can click on that, and then you see that the text for free access to the workshop Transformation in Wine Way. There is a link there. So you can click on that link, you can copy paste that link somewhere on your phone or on your device. And if you open that link, you go to the course website or the course webpage. And when you are there, you will see that this is a secret group. You have to ask for access. If you haven't logged in on the website yet, if you haven't got an account there, you might want to log in first, and then you can ask for access, or you sign up first and then ask for access, and that will give you free access to this amazing workshop, Transformation in Hawaiian Way, which will start, which I will be published on Monday. There's the first session. It's 2 or 3 sessions. I haven't really decided yet. I'm still recording the second part of the session. It consists of at least two sessions and a free guided meditation with sounds from the nature reserve behind my house. First session is an introduction to transformational meditation. There are some things there about how we perceive reality, what reality really is, how we can interact with our reality. And forms the basis for the second part, where we're going to teach something called Ho'oponopono. And if you heard about Ho'oponopono, it is this Hawaiian prayer, basically. But when we combine the transformational meditation, heart-based meditation or heart-focused meditation with intent and the meaning behind behind the prayer Ho'oponopono, you get such a powerful way to stay in a certain state of being throughout the day, which will give you a tool in life to help not only yourself but other people as well. So I'll tell you more about it in the course. And for you that started now with on Fireside, you get this course for free, this workshop for free, if you go to that website there, use that link there. And that access will only be available, or you can get access and ask for access in the next 24 hours. So you don't have to do it right away. If is it late at night for you, you can go to bed, try to save that link at least, and then in the morning, tomorrow, you just paste it into your browser, log in or create a login, and ask for access. And if you have trouble with that, you can contact me through that website as well. There's an email address there, I guess, or you go to more info. There's a whole website with all the links. I have all the links to my social media accounts, to the Fireside app, and all other stuff I do as well with the Transformation and Meditation Group. So that's that other link. So if I were you, I would just try to copy the whole text with the links, paste it in your notes, and take a look at it after this session. So that's my gift to you. So I hope you like it. Since it is participatory media, if you like the session, give a thumb up. If you didn't like the session, give a thumb down. And if you have a comment, you can write it if you are able to write. And if you want to ask a question live, you don't have to show your camera if you don't want to. You can ask to you can ask to participate, get on stage, as they call it. So don't be afraid to do that. And I'm not mad at you if you don't. It's just the first session, but I hope to see you back next week, which will be on Friday, because next week, Thursday, I am traveling and I will be home very late. So it will be on Friday next time. Applause from Bonline, thank you. All right, thank you so much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you liked this first session, and I hope to see you back on Friday again. So take good care. Have a wonderful rest of your day or evening. Be safe and namaste. Bye bye, everyone.